Obie Moore was a name that electrified the track and field world in the 1990s. As a high school sensation, he was fast, blisteringly fast. His times were so remarkable that whispers of future Olympic greatness surrounded him from the moment he set foot on the track at John Muir High School in Pasadena, California. In 1995, at just 16 years old, Obie had the world at his feet, running times that placed him not only amongst the fastest high school runners, but amongst the fastest in the world. But as swiftly as he rose, Obie Moore disappeared. It was the 1995 California State Championship, and Obie Moore was the name on everyone's lips. The 400 meter was his race, and he was about to make history. Onlookers held their breath as he lined up in the blocks. Obie had already run a staggering 45:16 in the 400 meters earlier that year, a time that shattered the high school national record. For context, professional athletes and Olympians often struggle to break 45 seconds, and here was a 16-year-old on the cusp of doing so. The gun fired and the race began. Obie's form was perfect, smooth, powerful, and effortless. He glided around the track with his long, fluid strides carrying him ahead of the pack. Spectators were mesmerized by how easily he made something so grueling look. As he crossed the finish line, the clock read 45.14 seconds, a new personal best and a time that would have placed him amongst the top in the world that year. But this race wasn't the first time Obie had stunned the world. In 1995, he anchored the USA team at the World Youth Championships in England, where he had led his 4x4 relay team to a victory with a blistering 3:03.7, another world record. His leg of the relay was a scorching 44.3 seconds, left everyone in disbelief. Coaches, journalists, and fans alike were certain that they were witnessing the rise of the next great American sprinter. And then, just like that, he was gone. It was 1996, Arcadia Invitational, and once again, the stadium buzzed with anticipation. Obie was a star attraction. Having run under 46 seconds in multiple races, he was expected to deliver another breathtaking performance. As he stood in lane 5, the spotlight was fixed on him. The air was thick with excitement, and everyone knew that this would be the night Obie Moore would break the 45-second barrier. The gun cracked, and Obie exploded from the blocks. His pace was blistering, his stride was rhythmical, each step devouring the track beneath him. The crowd was on his feet by the final turn as Obie surged ahead, light years ahead of his competition. He crossed the finish line at 45:04, another personal best, another national record, but this time was something different. After crossing the line, instead of the usual victory lap, Obie slowed, his face etched with something unfamiliar, exhaustion. Without a word, he walked off the track and disappeared into the tunnel, his face a mix of confusion and determination. That was the last time anyone saw Obie Moore in competitive running gear. In the days that followed, rumors began to spread. No one has seen him in practice. He missed key meets that would have cemented his place onto the USA Olympic team in 1996. Coaches, once certain of his trajectory, grew very, very concerned. Obie was not returning phone calls or messages, and friends didn't know what to make of his sudden absence. Speculation swirled. Some said that he had cracked under pressure, that the weight of expectations had crushed his spirit. Others whispered of personal struggles, family issues, financial troubles, and perhaps simply the immense weight of being labeled the next great sprinter at a young age. His times, those magnificent 45-second dashes, became markers of an unfinished story, relics of promise unfulfilled. In truth, Obie Moore was battling inner demons. The relentless pressure to perform, to live up to the impossible expectations placed on his young shoulders, had taken a toll. He struggled with depression, anxiety, and a weight of an identity tied solely to his athletic performance. The world had seen him as a sprinter and only a sprinter. But Obie was more than that. The intense spotlight, the scrutiny, the endless demands from all the coaches, sponsors, and the media, it had become all too much. The world of track and field had moved on, but Obie's name lingered like a haunting echo. New stars rose, but those who witnessed his brilliance could not forget the boy who had ran 45.16 seconds as a high school sophomore, who anchored a world record relay team at the age of 16. He was one of the greatest talents I've ever seen, his coach said years later, shaking his head. But the pressure, it was too much. Years after his disappearance from the sport, rumors of Obie began to surface. Some said that he had been working a regular job far removed from the world of sports. Others claimed that he still ran alone at night, sprinting through empty streets if trying to outrun his own past. The one vibrant star who had captured the world's attention now existed as a ghost, a contrary tale about the dangers of greatness coming too soon. Obie Moore, the boy who could have become the next great American sprinter, had vanished. But for those who had seen him fly around the track in 45 seconds flat, his memory remained. Obie's story, a tale of brilliance, pressure, and heartbreak, became a reminder of the cost of chasing greatness and the weight of expectations that sometimes become way too heavy to bear. For those who witnessed his magic in the 1990s, Obie Moore will always be remembered as the fastest high school runner they had ever seen. The boy who had run like wind, only to disappear before anyone could catch him. As of the most recent information, Obie Moore continues to live in California. While he hasn't reclaimed his place as a national figure, he is remembered for his incredible talent and remains a contrary tale of how the pressures of early success can lead to struggles later in life. The community around track and field still holds deep respect for his achievements and hopes for his continued well-being.